Fold your hands. If you can recite along with me, that will be great. Okay, let's do it. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let's do this. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times together. Wherever you are, sit straight, neck in the line with the back. Keep your eyes closed. Take a deep breath. When you exhale, you recite Om, then Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, let's do it together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So today we are going to glorify Lord Ganesha. Hare Krishna, welcome. We're going to glorify Lord Ganesha, and true tribute to Lord Ganesha can be offered if we follow the instructions of Lord Ganesha. Is that correct? And what are the instructions of Lord Ganesha? So instructions of Lord Ganesha are there in a book called as Bhagavad Gita. When Vedvyasaji wanted to compose Mahabharata, then he wanted somebody to write it because there was no dictation service, no transcription service at that time. So Vedvyasaji wanted help. So what did he do? He knew that Ganeshji has a very good handwriting. So he requested Ganeshji, can you please help me in writing Mahabharata? Mahabharata has how many shlokas? कौन बताएगा कितने श्लोक हैं महाभारत में? 1,00,000 श्लोक. कितना? 100,000 shlokas. How many? 100,000 shlokas. So Vedvyasaji composed 4 Vedas. कौन से? Rigved, Yajurved, Samved, Atharvaved. Very nice. So 4 Vedas. Then he summarized those Vedas into Upanishads. How many Upanishads? 18. Anybody wants to bid on it? 6. 18 times 1. 18 times 2. Anybody wants to increase the bid? It's actually 108 Upanishads. So Vedvyasaji thought that people in the age of Kali Yuga will not be able to read all the Vedas. So he summarized all the Vedas into 108 Upanishads. Then he thought, people will be still lazy. They will not read Upanishads also. So he wrote Puranas. How many Puranas? Now your answer will be correct. 18 Puranas. So 108 Upanishads he summarized into 18 Puranas. But still he thought people will be lazy, they will not read it. So he thought of writing a nice history, which is Mahabharata. And the purpose of writing Mahabharata was that it's a story format, the entire history of India. But the purpose of writing Mahabharata was Bhagavad Gita actually. The people, while reading Mahabharata, they will understand Bhagavad Gita. So how many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita? कोई बताया? कितना? Okay, let's bid. Bidding. Want to bid on Bhagavad Gita shlokas? How many, Prabhu? 700. Very good. Big round of applause. Sanket Prabhu. So Ved Vyasji wrote 100,000 out of that 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. While Ved Vyasji was composing all this, he wanted to write somebody to write it for him. So he asked Ganeshji, can you please help? So Ganeshji put a condition that I will write only if you continuously dictate. I will not stop in between. So Ved Vyasji said, okay, no problem, I'll dictate it continuously, but I also have a condition that you will not write anything without understanding. So whatever Ganeshji has to write, he has to understand everything. Then only he will write. Ganeshji is a Buddhidata. He's a god of intelligence. He said, okay, I will understand. So whenever Ved Vyasji wanted a break time, he used to give a very hard shloka. So Ganeshji takes time to think. Ved Vyasji comes from the break like that. So in this way, Ganeshji and Ved Vyasji both together composed Mahabharata. And in Mahabharata, there is Bhagavad Gita. So how can we pay tribute to Lord Ganesha? By reading some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. Is that okay? Now I have some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. But before I do that, I'm going to show you one video. This is a relation with the Bhagavad Gita. That is why this video is there. You see this little baby? I hope now you all can listen to this video, okay? Okay, I hope it plays now. Okay, and the video will play, hopefully. Okay, it's not playing. Oh, here you go.
नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानंद बता नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानंद रूपम लसत्कुंडलं गोकुले भ्राज मानम.
So this baby is 8-month baby and she is singing Damodarashtakam. Okay, she is 8-month. 8-month baby ko to kya? You understand 8-month baby? Very small baby. She is speaking Damodarashtakam. So her mother is singing the Damodarashtakam and she is replying to the mother. And the Damodarashtakam is really difficult Ashtakam. Okay, so mother is reading and she's following. Okay, here. Oops, here.
यशोदा भियोलुख लाब्दा वमानम परमृष्ट मत्यंत तो द्रुते गोप्या रुदंतमो हुर्नेत्र युग्मं भजन्तम करम भोज युग्मेन शातंक नेत्रम मुहुश्वास कंपात्र रेखांक कंठम स्थितग्रैव दामोदरम भक्ति बद्धम इति.
You see, she is reciting all the difficult words from that Damodarashtakam prayer. 8-month baby. You know, 8-month baby, they don't know how to say Mama Papa. And then she is singing the Damodarashtakam. So here is the shloka.
Idrakshwalilabhir ananda kunde swaghosham nimajjante makhya payantam tadiyeshu tagneshu bhakte जितत्वम. जितत्वम होता है, जित्यम नहीं होता है. पुनः प्रेम तस्तम शता.
Okay, so here is the shloka. This is the video which I came across, and Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. What does he say in Bhagavad Gita? Which exactly matches with this. What happens is that when our body dies actually, so what happens when we die? The body is finished, right? But our karmas carry us from one body to another body. Now, if you have accumulated the degree or title, like say you're a doctor in this life, will it come back? Will you remember the medicine in the next life? No, you will forget everything. But bhakti is something which comes with you. So here is Lord Krishna tells to Arjuna in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll read this shloka, okay? Can you all repeat after me? Huh? Neha Vikrama Nastosti Neha Vikrama Nasosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpam asi asya dharmasya Swalpam api asya dharmasya Trayate mahato bhayad Trayate mahato bhayad. So here is the translation. Sanket Prabhu, can you read loudly for us?
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of evil.
Lord Krishna says, Neha bhikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate. Nasha means loss. So when you start a bhakti process, there is no loss. It comes with you in the next life also. Whatever bhakti you start in this life, that baby you see the video, the baby might have done some bhakti in the previous life. So she's able to remember devotional in the next life also. Right? So you carry the bhakti in the next life. It never gets destroyed. We all have a lives after lives. Like now, many of you are 25, 26 years old. Is that right? Yeah. 27, 30 years back, you were in a different body. Then what happens? When our body dies, what happens? The soul goes to another body. But along with the soul, something else also transmigrates. And that is called as man and buddhi. Our mind and buddhi, intelligence and soul, it goes from one body to another. Most of you have a new body in this life, but you got the human body. Some of you may be human in the past life, may not be human in the past life. You don't know. Actually, we don't remember our past life. Is that right? But if you have done bhakti, then you remember the bhakti. It comes with you in the next life. Like that. So Lord Krishna says that in this endeavor, there is no loss. Little bhakti you do, 1%, next life you have to do, start from 2%. But if you achieved a degree, like say you become a doctor, PhD in this life, next life you have to start with the kindergarten again. It doesn't come with you. You understand this? Like that. So that is why it is very important that we do bhakti in this life. Because 1%, 2%, 3%, one day it will be 100%. Then what will happen at 100%? Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. So Srila Prabhupada, about whom just I gave you the introduction. So Srila Prabhupada, here it says, who can read this? Vimal, can you read?
Any work began on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise the whole attempt becomes a failure.
You see, any work we start on material plane. If you don't complete, then it is all failure, right? It's like you came from India to study, right? And then get some degree and education. But if you don't complete the education, don't study, all the endeavor failure, right? You have to complete it completely. But can you continue?
By any work beginning, Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though
No, not finished. Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti is like that even you do 1% Bhakti, like say some of you may not have enough time, but if you chant one name of Krishna, say there is a mantra here, you see that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Even you chant once, it has a permanent effect. Because that is, Krishna says that, what is Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter? Neha bhikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam api asya dharmasya. Swalpa, very little. अगर आप भगवान के मंदिर साल में एक दिन आए, ठीक है, इट इज डिपॉजिटेड इन योर अकाउंट परमानेंटली. आज आए ना, कुछ लोग तो अभी अगले साल तक नहीं आएंगे, कुछ लोग तो जाने के बाद दिखाई भी नहीं देंगे. ठीक है, दिस इज रजिस्टर्ड इन योर अकाउंट. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? दिस इज योर परमानेंट रजिस्ट्री. सो दैट इज द पावर ऑफ भक्ति. भक्ति इज 100% कंप्लीट. उसमें कभी लॉस, जितना भी इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे आपका लॉस कभी नहीं होने वाला. इसलिए भगवान की भक्ति करना इज वेरी बेनिफिशियल बिकॉज देयर इज नो लॉस. लॉर्ड कृष्णा सेज स्वल्पमपि यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. If you little bhakti you do, you will be saved. You understand? Sometimes we say that we do not have time. We ask somebody, can you come to temple? Oh, I'm doing job. Most of you don't have job now. That's why you are here in the temple. But once you get a job, you'll never come to temple. That is my experience. People don't come to temple. They say, dukh mein sumiran, sab kare, sukh mein sumiran kare na koi. है ना? तो भगवान के मंदिर आने के लिए लोगों के पास समय नहीं है. आप, इट्स गुड डिसीजन यू टुक, इवन दो यू डिसाइडेड टू कम टुडे. इट्स वेरी नाइस. सो दिस इज रजिस्टर्ड परमानेंटली इन योर अकाउंट, है ना? तो दिस इज परमानेंट अकाउंट. So Srila Prabhupada explains this further. Srila Prabhupada says here, the performer of such work is therefore not at all loss. आज यहाँ मंदिर आके आपका कोई लॉस नहीं, क्योंकि अगले जन्म में भी आएगा आपके साथ. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण. वेलकम वेलकम. Even if in his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. Okay, who will read this? Prabhuji, what is your name? Onik. Onik, can you read this for us?
The performer of such work is therefore not a loss, even if his work is in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. One person done in Krishna consciousness bears a permanent results, so that the next beginning is from the point of 2%. Whereas in material activity, without 100% success, there is no profit.
Understand this? Even 1%. Like, you know, I showed the video of this baby. This baby, she is reciting Damodarashtakam. She is like 8-month-old baby, but she is able to recite the Damodarashtakam. So her mother is saying she's just remembering whole Damodarashtakam. How is that possible? Nobody has taught her, but she is reading the Damodarashtakam.
नमामीश्वरम सच्चिदानंद. बता. नमामीश मानम यशोदा भियोलुख लाब्दा वमानम.
You see? So that is why it is important. Srila Prabhupada used to say that all the children, they should be taught slokas right from the childhood. Why? Because somehow or other, these children will carry this memory to the next life. This child shows the example. Our all young children, they should be taught to remember shlokas. Even we all should learn shlokas. Why? Because it will come with us in the next life, life after life. We should all try to memorize shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Maybe one shloka a week. It's not that difficult. Even our Risha would know a few shlokas. We have kids attending the Bhagavad Gita classes. So it's very important, because Lord Krishna says, what does Krishna says? That little advancement in this path, no loss at all. If you remember one line of shloka, is there any loss? It will come with you. There is a lot of examples like that. Now, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that in the same theme line, how the bhakti can come with you in the not only in this life but the next life. How many of you believe in the next life? Only one? Everybody believes in the next life, or some of you don't believe? You don't believe? What is your name, Prabhu? Nitish, Nitish Kumar. You believe in next life or you don't know about it? How many of you believe? Everybody else believes. So there are a lot of evidences actually. There's one nice video here. I can show you this video. This is an American lady, and she has a little boy, 5-year-old boy. His name is James, and James is remembering the. Have you seen this video before? No. He was a fighter pilot in his previous life, and in the Second World War, he died. And when Americans attacked Japan, there was a Hiroshima bomb, 1800s. So this boy, James, he was a fighter pilot at that time. Now this little boy is remembering everything about the Second World War, 5-year-old boy. So here, little video for you, which will help you to understand, there is a life beyond this life, So it's a long video, but I'm going to shorten it.
And now, one of the biggest questions of life. What happens when it's over? Heaven? Hell? Nothing? Or might there be a fourth possibility, reincarnation? Could we come back as someone else? Here's Chris Cuomo with 2 down-to-earth parents who thought they understood the mysteries of life. That is, until their toddler began to talk.
On March 3rd, 1945, a 21-year-old Navy fighter pilot on a mission over the Pacific was shot down by Japanese artillery. His name might well have been forgotten, were it not for the remarkable, some might say unbelievable story of a little boy named James.
Okay, this is really tough. I need somebody to help me.
All right, I'm the volunteer. What do you want me to do?
Okay, just go climb this thing and you have to hold me in case I fall.
Done.
James Leiniger is all boy, 6 years old and full of spirit.
This is a special plane that goes in reverse. You don't see a lot of that.
James knows a lot about planes, especially war planes.
What kind of airplane is that?
The Corsair.
His parents, Andrea and Bruce Leiniger, say from an early age, James would play with nothing else.
He was obsessed with airplanes. You look around the house, that's all you'll see. Airplanes, helicopters, aircraft carriers.
But then, when he was 2, the planes James loved suddenly began to give him front and...
So here we see that this little boy, from his early childhood age, is fascinated by planes, and he knows everything about the planes. He knows the names of the planes, he knows the parts of the plane, everything he knows about it. And in their home, nobody knows anything about the planes. Now, father is not a pilot, or nobody is there in the Navy or something like that. But this boy is able to remember everything about the plane. He can tell you everything about that. So now in this story,
frightening nightmares.
I'd wake him up and he'd be screaming and he'd always be laying on his back, kicking his feet up at the ceiling. And I'd say, baby, what were you dreaming about? He'd say, airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out.
So this boy getting nightmares and always crying in the nighttime. He's a 5-year-old boy, and the dream says that the plane is crashing and the fire is there to the plane and he cannot get out of the plane. So parents are worried about the nightmare because child is crying in the nighttime. Most of the time children, when they cry in the nighttime, they remember their past lives actually. Some traumatic evidences. All of us have a past lives. We have just forgotten about it. But we can recollect our past lives if there is a process called as hypnotherapy or regression. All of us can remember up to 3 past lives, not more. But with the Krishna's mercy, we have forgotten. It's good, right? Suppose we remember our wife from the previous life. We are done then. Right? Family from the previous life is more problem. Right? So Krishna makes us forget. But this little boy, he's remembering everything about his past life. So here...
They sound like typical kiddie nightmares. But Andrea says they went on the same way for months. Maybe too much TV. But James was just 2, and his parents say only watching Barney and Teletubbies.
Teletubbies!
And Andrea and Bruce say they weren't watching World War II documentaries or conversing about military history.
This is an F-18?
No, that one.
So what explains the nightmares? And
so this boy, little boy, he doesn't watch any movies. 2 years old boy, actually. I said 5, but he's 2 years old as per the documentary. And he's remembering everything about the planes. He knows everything about the plane. He names the plane his father, and parents are worried about the nightmares this boy is getting.
James's strange obsession with airplanes.
I talked to my mom about it a lot of times. My mom had said maybe he's remembering a past life.
What did you say?
Politely, baloney.
Andrea and Bruce of Lafayette, Louisiana are a highly educated, modern couple. To them, the possibility that their little son James was manifesting signs of a former life was, well, a little out there.
They're Christians, right? Christians don't believe in the past lives. Actually. There are many people on the planet who don't believe in the past lives. But they were thinking that maybe he's having the nightmares because of some issues in the past life. Because he knows everything about the planes. How can a child of 2 years know everything about the planes? Names of the plane and parts of the plane. Is that possible? Humanly? So he's knowing about it. So then...
having a past life is not the initial conclusion that you come to. You try and figure out any other way he could have. Did he see anything? Has there been anything on television? Anything that we've discussed?
But as time went by, Andrea didn't know what to believe. Here's James at age 3, going over a plane as if he's doing a pre-flight check. He would continue to say and do things that were puzzling, like the time his mom bought him a toy airplane.
And I said, oh, look, there's a bomb on the bottom of it. He said, that's not a bomb, Mama, that's a drop tank.
A drop tank?
I'd never heard of a drop tank. I didn't know what a drop tank was.
Andrea's mother suggested she look into the work of counselor and therapist Carol Bowman. Bowman has written 2 books, both supporting the proposition that sometimes the dead can be reborn.
So there are many books and articles published. There is a scientist called Ian Stevenson in Virginia. He has done an experiment on 3,000 young children who are able to remember their past lives, actually. They take the children from one place to another, and the children are able to identify the names of the family members, the place. They are young children, less than 5-6 years old, but they are able to tell everything about the past lives, right? So this little boy James is recollecting everything about his, and then further, if you go down the video, then this boy is telling everything about the second.
Normal enough, a little boy improving when his troubles are directly addressed. But Bowman says this is more, that James was forthcoming because this is the age when former lives are most easily recalled.
They haven't had the cultural conditioning, the layering over of experience in this life, so that the memories can percolate up more easily. These memories tend to fade between the ages of 5 to 7.
His parents say between the ages of 2 and 4, James would reveal extraordinary details about the life of a former fighter pilot, mostly at bedtime, when he was drowsy.
Bruce said, what happened to your plane? He said, it crashed on fire. And Bruce said, why did your airplane crash? And he said, it got shot. And Bruce said, well, who shot your plane? And I'll never forget the look on his face. He went, oh, the Japanese.
Still, despite these extraordinary...
So this boy is recollecting everything from his previous life. And he was a fighter pilot from the American side, and Japanese bombed his plane, actually. So he's remembering everything from this part. And they correlated with all the historical details, and the video shows further how he tells about
stories. Bruce remained dubious, almost to prove they couldn't be true. He began to piece together the details James was sharing. And what he found, he says, shook him to the core. For in many instances, the stories appeared to match the facts. James seemed to be recalling real events, real people, in the life of a man who'd been dead for almost 60 years.
So he's recollecting everything, exact details of Second World War, and the video goes further. So the purpose of this video again is that Lord Krishna explains this in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is this Lord Krishna says? So let's do this shloka and then it will come together, because Krishna explains everything. Bhagavad Gita is a science which tells you about your life, actually. What happens to you in this life and what happens to you after this body is over in the next life, So Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, can you repeat after me, please? Is that okay? Yam yam vapi smarana bhavam tyajante kalevaram tam tam evati kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. So Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, whatever the state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Arjuna, that state he will attain without fail. Whatever is your consciousness at the time of death, you will remember that thing. So we can see from these examples that little boy, little baby, 8 months baby was remembering Damodarashtakam, and another boy was remembering fighter planes. Why? Because he died while the flight. He died in the World War. So his brain is all the time in the planes, So that's what you get. And while little baby was remembering Damodarashtakam, probably that was a great devotee. So Lord Krishna tells that whatever the state is your mind in, you will get it. Without, he says, what is that? Without fail. 100% guaranteed. Is that right? Does that make sense? Yeah. Does video help to understand the shloka? So here we can see that Krishna is telling is a scientific fact. It is not theory. So here Srila Prabhupada ji is explaining. Who can read this for me? Prabhuji, what is your name?
Neeraj.
Neeraj. Can you read it for us?
One's thoughts during the course of one's life accumulate to influence one's thoughts at the moment of death. So this life creates one's next life.
You see? So all the thoughts throughout the life, every day, whatever you are doing, it creates your consciousness. Say you are watching some videos, then that creates your consciousness. If you are reading about Bhagavad Gita, that creates your consciousness. You understand? And that consciousness will come with you. Nothing else will come with you. Neeraj, can you read more?
If in one's present life one lives in the mode of goodness and always thinks of Krishna, it is possible for one to remember Krishna at the end of one's life. That will help one be transferred to the transcendental nature of Krishna.
You see? So if you every day without mistake, if you are doing remembering Krishna, then what will happen? It will come with you. If you do anything else, it will come with you. Whatever, Last week we were talking about consciousness is just like air. When the air passes over the garbage, it will carry the garbage smell with it. And if the same air passes over the rose garden, it will carry the fragrance of roses with it, right? So whatever you associate with, it is your choice actually. Life is all about choices we make, right? Life is all about, nobody is going to force you. Krishna even didn't force Arjuna to fight in war of Mahabharata. Arjuna didn't want to fight. So Krishna spoke entire Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna and said, Arjuna, now you, whatever you do, I'm not going to force you anything. So Krishna will not force you. Neither your parents can force you, neither nobody else can force you. Who can help you? You yourself. So your consciousness will help. So whatever consciousness you are doing every day, it will come with you in the next life, right? Srila Prabhupada further says, if one is transcendently absorbed in Krishna's service, then his next body will be transferred to spiritual and not material. Therefore, chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the best process for successfully changing one's states of being at the end of one's life. Every day, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. You have to every day practice it. Then you will be able to change the consciousness. Otherwise, not possible. One very beautiful story in Mahabharata. The one beautiful shloka from Mahabharata where there's a shloka here. I'm going to recite the shloka. Where is the shloka? From the Mahabharata, there is one shloka where Yudhishthira Maharaj is answering a question of Yaksha. And Yaksha is asking Yudhishthira Maharaj, where is the, I don't think I remember the shloka here, I wrote it here. But anyway, the shloka is like that, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Yaksha is asking Yudhishthira Maharaj that what is the most like surprising thing on the planet, like Ascharyavat. What is that most Ascharyavat things in the planet? So Yudhishthira Maharaj is saying that every day millions of people are dying. But the people who hear about the death of others, they think that they are not going to die. We forget about it, that we are going to die about it. And we live as if we are going to be here forever. So we have to understand this, that we are one day or other, the life is going to get finished. And whatever is our consciousness, it will come with you. Sometimes you will be born as a human, sometimes you will be born as a animals also. There is one nice video I'm going to show you, last one for today, where a dog is able to do the maths of 4th grade. So this might be the person who might be the mathematics professor in his previous life. So now here is the one. This is another one. So here's little dog.
The children are being tested on basic maths problems. But whereas Maggie seemed to pick up maths at the age of 6 months, these children have been learning maths for 3 years.
At the age of 4 or 5, they'll start playing with the numbers, not necessarily adding them together, subtracting them. It's more just being able to identify 1 through 10. And as it progresses, then they will add them and subtract them, save for multiplication and division.
It's a human maths challenge.
She got it right. All right, let's see your answers, guys.
Nice done.
Whoa! Both Maggie and the kids get off to a flying start.
10 minus 4. Yep.
Yes! After 4 rounds, the Jack Russell is still neck and neck with the kids.
6 divided by 3.
Now the teacher raises the stakes.
75 divided by 25 equals.
You see that?
She got it. Good.
Can you see that? The dog is answering the mathematics questions. How is that? Dog did not go to the school. This dog is just 6 months dog actually. And he's able to solve the maths problem. That is how the consciousness travels actually. You might have seen some children 5 years old or 3 years old able to play the piano music. Have you seen those videos? Because the consciousness travels. Whatever is your state of mind, it will come with you when the life is over. Life doesn't end here. It continues. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuyati. Whatever is, this life you might be humans, next life you might be a dog also. If you behave like a dog, you will become a dog. If you behave like a tiger, you'll become a tiger. Some people like to eat meat. So Krishna says, okay, tathastu, let you eat meat next life. So you become a tiger. Right? If you live like cat and dog, then you become a cat and dog. Some people live in the dirty place, their home, everything is dirty, messy. Okay, Krishna says, okay, you will become like that then. So whatever is your consciousness, Krishna will grant you. So here, through multiple examples, we are seeing that the life doesn't end here. Life continues from. So Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, there's a nice shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Can we all repeat? Can you repeat after me? Antakale cha mameva smarana muktva kalevaram yaha prayati sadmadbhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. So there is a word here called Antakal. Antakal means the final moment. Anta means end. Kala means the time. Antakal means when our existence in this body will be finished. Then the next journey will begin. So Lord Krishna is saying Antakal. When the Antakal will come, we don't. Nobody knows, right? Everybody has a beginning and end. That is compulsory. Antakala is compulsory. So Lord Krishna says, Antakale cha mama eva. First loka Lord Krishna says, Yam yam vyapi smarana bhavam tyajante kalevaram. Whatever you remember at the time of death, you will get it. Now he is saying that, but at the time of death, if you remember me, Antakale cha mama eva. Manish Prabhu, can you read loudly?
And whoever at the end of his life quits his life, remembering me alone at once, attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt.
Says, whosoever end of his life quits his body remembering me alone. Me means Krishna. Very nice. So he's saying that at the end of Antakal, when you are about to give up this body, if you remember Krishna, then what will happen? You will get the spiritual nature. We get two types of bodies. One is this material body, and another is spiritual body. Now, this information is not available in the textbooks of your school, but it is available in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever is in Bhagavad Gita, in the Vedas, it's scientific. It is not a mythology. We saw so many videos, right? All these videos explain the Bhagavad Gita shlokas, right? Shri Ganita, Sitaram, Lakshman, Shri Radha, Vrajvatsal, Shri Jagannath, Shri Baldev, Shri Subhadra Mata ki jai, Shri Giriraj Dharana ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Prema. So whatever is there in Bhagavad Gita is all about science. It is not mythology. It is all science. There are many incidences where Bhagavad Gita helps us to understand what is the nature of this material world, what is the purpose of our life, how our life works. So our life has many aspects. One is this body, another is mind, third is the soul, Atma. So there is a physical health, there is a mental health, and then there is a spiritual health. We all know only about the physical health, and that also a little bit, not much. But Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita about the mental and the spiritual health. So if you really want to be healthy, you say your body is strong, but your mind is weak. Will it help? Will it help? It is of no use, right? Mental health is a big challenge nowadays. People have addictions, people have depression, anxiety issues, relationship issues, anger issues. These are all mental problems. And then there is another issue is the spiritual health. Sometimes people are mentally also strong, but they commit suicide also. You appear a very strong man, very intellectual man, There's a great actor who committed a suicide a few years back. Very intelligent person, very young. If you see him, you say, why would that do it? But that's the problem with the spiritual. Because people do not know that there is a deeper understanding to the life, which is the spirit soul. So when we understand ourselves completely, from outside and from inside, from material point of view, from mental point of view, and from the spiritual point of view. So there is a mental health, there is a physical health, and there is a spiritual health. We have to, suppose you keep your body fit, but if you don't nourish your mind, then you will be weak. And at the same time, you don't nourish your soul, it will be weak, right? So if you really want to be really happy, then you have to feed your mind, feed your soul, and feed your body, right? If you eat only roti sabji, that is good. But your also mind needs feeding. So how do you feed your mind? Through reading the literature. Videos don't feed your mind actually. Videos spoil your mind, right? People are watching all the time. People have nothing else to do. Videos don't give you much. But it is the Bhagavad Gita which will give you, the reading will give you. So that is mental health, and then spiritual health by reading, regularly chanting the mantras. Practice. So here Lord Krishna says, whatever is your intelligence, consciousness at the time of death, that you will get it. Srila Prabhupada ji explains this shloka. He says that, who can read this for me? Prabhuji, what is your name? Brijesh. Brijesh, can you read this line for me?
The word smaran, remembering, is important. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for the impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service.
Is it possible to remember Krishna at the time of death? Itana tu karana swami jaba prana tana se nikle. Is it possible to remember God at the time of death? Very impossible, right? Because you have not practiced it. So death, at the time of death, there is a lot of pain. They say that at the time of death, what pain you get is like 10,000 scorpions biting you at the same time. It's a real painful situation. Some people, they pass urine and stool at the time of death. Have you seen that before? Anybody seen anybody dying? Mrityu, very bhayankar. People open their eyes. It's painful phenomenon. So can you remember God at the time of death? Very difficult. Unless you practice it. Is that right? Now some people say we are young, we are not going to die. Why to worry about it? But death can come to anybody, anytime. So you have to be ready. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from very beginning of the life. Old age, there are a lot of problems. Some people have heart disease, diabetes, blood pressure. Their head is not working. They are sleepy all the time. Right? Can you do bhakti at that time? Not possible. So it is very important we do bhakti in the young age. Then it will come. Otherwise it will not come. Here Srila Prabhupada ji says, Kanika ji, you want to read this for me?
If one wants to achieve success at the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential.
If you really want to have success, then you have to have practice also. If you want to win a medal, you want to practice every day, right? Otherwise you won't win a medal. Winning the medal means remembering Krishna when we are about to finish the business. Right? Continue, Kanika ji.
Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant the Mahamantra.
Let's do all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Practice makes one man perfect. Every day we have to practice. How do you practice? So you have to have a proper environment. If you want to practice cricket, you have to go to the ground, right? Go to the ground and practice on the pitch. Then you will be a good cricketer. Similarly, what you do? If you want to practice Krishna consciousness, come to the temple regularly. This is a pitch where you can practice. At home, the environment is different. Some of your friends might be playing loud music. It's hard, right? But come here, sit in the temple, read Bhagavad Gita, chant the mantra. It will glorify your mind. It purify your mind, right? It will give you environment. If you want to be peaceful, then you come to the temple. Is that right? So you have to practice constantly. Then Krishna will come. Otherwise, as Krishna says, that in this bhakti process, little work will come with you in the next life. All of you chanted once, it is registered permanently in your account. Those who didn't chant and hear is registered. No problem. Just coming here is also registered. In Krishna's diary, it is registered that this so many devotees were here on 8th of September. So this is registered now, permanently. Your account is finalized now. And it will never get deleted. So more you come, Krishna will be happy. Krishna consciousness is an eternal process. It is not a temporary process. What happens is that Suppose we don't finish this bhakti in this life, then Krishna says, the unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planet of pious living entities, is born to a family of righteous people or a family of rich aristocracy. So if you cannot finish your bhakti, but because of your bhakti, you will get a birth in a very good family next life because of your bhakti. Because Krishna wants to give you another chance so that you can continue your bhakti. So that is why some children are born with a silver spoon, because they have some good karmas in their previous life. They are given another chance. And then further Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, or he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in the world. If you cannot finish your bhakti, then Krishna says, Athva va yoginam eva kule bhavanti dhivantam. Kula bhavanti dhivantam. Which means you will get a birth in a family of a devotees. Some of our children are born in a family of a bhakta, devotees, because they did not finish their bhakti in the previous life, so they are given another chance. So if you start the bhakti in this life, and if you cannot finish it, no problem. Why? Because Krishna says, Etadhi durlabham taram loke janma yad idvasharam. If you cannot finish your business, but still if you started the bhakti, Krishna is very kind. He will give you another life in a good family. Like this little kid, this kid is born in a family where there are devotees. Mother is also a devotee. So she is reciting Damodarashtakam and the baby is reciting Damodarashtakam. Just 8-month-old baby. But Krishna has given her another chance that you finished. Now in this life you finish your bhakti if you didn't finish. Those who came late, I'm going to play this video third time for today so that those who just came can benefit. This little baby is 8-month-old baby.
Namamishwaram Sachidananda. बताओ नामीश्वरम सच्चिदानंद रूपम लसत कुंडलम गोकुले भ्राज.
See this baby, Krishna has given her another chance. As in the previous shloka, Lord Krishna says that I will give you another chance in the birth of a family. So there is no loss in this endeavor. Whatever little bhakti you do, it will come with you. So what is the best business? Where there is no loss, right? How many of you want to do the loss business? घाटे का सौदा किसको करना है? और सच्चा सौदा क्या है? Always worshipping Krishna. So little bhakti. It's very good idea to chant Krishna's name every day. Then what will happen? This life is secured and this life is secured and what is the next? Next life is also secured. Not only this, but the next life is, everything is secured. So it's a perfect business, right? No loss at all. So how many of you want to do this business? Everybody is interested in this business? So very nice. Thank you so much. So, Satatam Kirtayantam Mam Yatantascha Dhadavrata. Every day, keep your mind engaged in Krishna Katha. You do your business, but along with that, you engage your mind in Krishna Bhakti. If you engage yourself in the cat and dog activity, you'll be born as a dog. It's your choice. Nobody can force you. Right? People are born as dogs also. People can be born as a cat also, or lion also. Whatever it is. There is Bhagavad Gita. There's nice here plate here. Krishna explains in 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga. And here, I'm opening this picture for you. Here, you see this man here in the picture? This man is killing a cow here. So if you kill the animals in this life, then according to Gahana Karmano Gati, according to your karma, you will get the Gati. So you will be born as an animal in the next life, and somebody else will kill you as an animal in the next life. So here these are all Bhagavad Gita shlokas in the form of a picture. There are some people who like to eat meat, because they will be born as a lion or a tiger. Some people who like to sleep too much or eat the filthy things, they will be born as a pig. Then some people who like to expose their body part, they might be get born as a tree. So this there are 84 laksha yoni, 8,400,000 type of species on the planet, and it's your decision what you want to be. Right? If you want to go to Krishna, then what do you do? What do you do? Chant the Hare Krishna mantra. How do you do that? Let's do it one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is it difficult? It's very simple actually. And it is a combination of 3 words, Hare Krishna and Rama, 16 number of times. You just take a bit Japamala like this and chant on it. If you don't have Japamala, you can take one from the temple. But in this Kali Yuga, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nasti Evam Gatiranyata. There is no other method to get delivered. This book has a lot of description about the Kali Yuga, and it has the process how to get relieved in this Kali Yuga. And here it says that in the Kali Yuga, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is specially suited to deliver us from the dangers of Kali Yuga. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is said that Kalir dosha nidhe rajan astir ekav mahaguna Krishnad eva kirtanasya mukta sangam param vrajit. So in this Kali Yuga, there is only one process if you really want to be happy. And what is that? The chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Right? So I request everybody of you to take advantage of this and keep on chanting. This Wednesday is Radhashtami, appearance day of Srimati Radharani. Radharani is eternal consort of Lord Shri Krishna. She is a great devotee. And we are going to celebrate this on this 11th of September, Wednesday, 7 o'clock here in the temple. So please do come, take special darshan of Radharani. Without mercy of Radharani, you cannot get mercy of Lord Krishna. If you want to please Krishna, then you need to please Radharani. How do you please Radharani? By praying her. Very simple. Just pray to Radharani that somehow or other bring me closer to Krishna. Radharani was born in a place called Barsana. She appeared in Barsana, which is very close to Vrindavan, Mathura. It's about 25 or 50 kilometers from Mathura. And there's a place, there are lots of hills there. On the top of this hill, there is a temple. Radharani's temple. If you ever go to Vrindavan in Barsana, there's a beautiful temple of Srimati Radharani there. And this is the temple here. It's a marvelous architecture here. It's called Ladli Sarkar Temple. आप जरूर से जाइएगा राधा रानी का मंदिर देखने के लिए. ये बरसाना गांव है यहाँ पे. Or you have to climb the stairs and you go up in the stairs and see the beautiful temple of Srimati Radharani there. It's a very nicely designed temple. And this is the village underneath. There are lots of mountains. There are 4 mountain peaks in Barsana, and every peak there is a significance. The 4 peaks are like 4 heads of Brahmaji, and then one peak there is a temple of Radharani. There's another peak there is a Managarad or Mana Mandir, where Krishna used to, when there used to be fight between Krishna and Radha, then Radharani used to go on this temple. It's called Mana Mandir, where Krishna used to go and try to please Radharani there, right? And there is a more kutir, the 4th peak, where Krishna used to dance like a peacock. So there is more kutir there. And there's a place called Sakri Khor in Barsana, where Krishna and his coward boys used to block the road of gopis, Radharani and all, and they used to ask for the butter as a octroi, tax. So everybody has to. So there is a Sakri Khor there. And there are lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. So on the Radhashtami day, if you come to the temple in the evening, Normally, throughout the year, you will not get darshan of Radharani's feet. But on this day, on Wednesday, 11th of September, if you come to the temple, then you will get the blessing of Radharani's Charan Darshan. So please do come on Wednesday, 11th of September, evening 7 o'clock. We'll do Aarti, Kirtan, and Prasadam also. Okay, so please do come. And we have some very special devotees coming to the temple on 15th of September, next Sunday, all the way from Shridham Mayapur. They are bringing the blessing of Lord Narasimhadev. So please do come on 15th of September, which is next Sunday. They're going to talk about this temple of Vedic planetarium. They're building a huge temple in Mayapur Dham in India. You see here, these are all the dome structures. And the highest dome structure is the St. Peter's Church of Basilica. And in Mayapur, they are building the second highest dome structure on the planet. That is the temple of planetarium, Vedic planetarium, which means that planetarium means that a place where you can go and see everything in a 3-day format. There you can study Vedas, Bhagavad Gitas, everything in an interactive format, very nice audio video format. So it's a beautiful construction. They are building it with 1,000 crore rupees. And they are coming here to make the presentation all the way to Thunder Bay. So they are on their tour across North America, and they are stopping here in Thunder Bay next Sunday. So if you want to watch the video presentation from them, it will be really informative. So please do come next Sunday, 6 o'clock, right? Don't be late. So with that, we'll pause here and we'll do the Ganesh. Today we are celebrating Lord Ganesha's appearance day, Ganesh Chaturthi. So we'll do Ganesh Aarti and then we'll do the main Aarti and then we'll take Prasadam. Is that okay? Okay, let's do it together. So please, everybody come here. We'll do the Ganesh Puja. Okay. And then when Ganesh Puja is finished, we'll open the main altar. Okay. Hare Krishna. So this is the prayer for Lord Ganesha.